Hello, it's Christopher, Mono County Library Director and co-host of the Oxygen Starved podcast. It's Book Talk Friday, and not only that, today, Friday, April 23rd, is World Book Day. It's a day that was conceived in Spain about 25 years ago to celebrate writers and reading in the world of books. And it was chosen because April 23rd is the date that both the famous Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes of Don Quixote fame and William Shakespeare died in 1616. There's a wrinkle in there, but I'm not going to go into it. Also in the States, the last Saturday in April, which is tomorrow, is the date that the American Booksellers Association honors Indie Bookstore Day. Now, we celebrate the world of reading every day in libraries, but this time I've chosen two books you can check out from Mono County Libraries, one old and one new, that provide magical tales of our partners in this, booksellers and bookstores. So let's just start with the new this time. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This has been living comfortably on the bestseller list since it came out last October. I'm showing you the ebook version you can check out from our Overdrive collection via our Libby app. We also have a print version. I've spoken about Schwab before. She writes fantasy for children and young adults, and this is her first really adult book. In my opinion, she weaves compelling and diverse characters into fun and complex relationships and plot twists. This story begins in France in 1714, and a woman, Adeline, in her early 20s, is determined not to be forced into a marriage she does not want, but rather plot her own path in life. She is friends with the only other independent woman in their small village who has been showing Adeline of the old gods and the old ways. Seeking to make a pact with anything that will help her escape the marriage, Adeline runs away from the town, and in her desperation, she doesn't realize the sun is going down, and she forgets the old woman's advice that actually opens this book. No matter how desperate or dire, never pray to the gods that answer after dark. Well, too late. Without going into the specifics which spell themselves out, Adeline is given her wish, but at a tremendous cost. She is cursed to live forever with no one remembering who she is after they meet her. The story jumps to present-day New York City, where Abby finds herself in a used bookstore, passing the time and noticing the handsome young bookstore clerk she's drawn to named Henry. As she's used to doing, she returns more than once, accustomed to people not remembering her from day to day. Only this time there is a difference. Henry recognizes and remembers her. The question is why? I'll leave you to answer that by reading this yourself. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is for fans who maybe want a more intimate version of the wildly popular bookstore fantasy title Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore that came out almost a decade ago. That's the new. Now let's talk about the old. And in recognition of Miguel de Cervantes, on World Book Day, I've chosen a title by a Spanish author that came out to rave reviews when it was translated into English and released here in 2004. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is the CD version. We do have the print version as well. It is the first in Ruiz Zafón's Cemetery of Forgotten Books series, and the author just died last year at the age of 55. Now, let me read the blurb for you so you get an idea of what this is about. Barcelona, 1945. A city slowly heals from its war wounds, and Daniel, an antiquarian book dealer's son who mourns the loss of his mother, finds solace in a mysterious book entitled The Shadow of the Wind by one Julian Carax. But when he sets out to find the author's other works, he makes a shocking discovery. Someone has been systematically destroying every copy of every book Carax has written. In fact, Daniel may have the last of Carax's books in existence. Soon, Daniel's seemingly innocent quest opens a door into one of Barcelona's darkest secrets, an epic story of murder, madness, and doomed love. Now, as he grows into an adult, Daniel continues to obsess over this book and its hold over him. Along the way, the author weaves in a colorful cast of characters who add pieces to the puzzle that revolves around Daniel, this book, and his family's bookstore. The Shadow of the Wind, as I mentioned, came out to great reviews. I liked the way the Kirkus review summed it up best. This book will keep you up at night, and it will be time well spent. Now, both The Shadow of the Wind and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue are available from Mono County Libraries. We'll also take this moment to give a shout out to our three excellent Eastern Sierra indie booksellers, the Bookie Joint in Mammoth, the Mono Lake Committee Bookstore in Lee Vining, and Spellbinder Books in Bishop. Communities that have both libraries and bookstores are communities that thrive. Happy World Book Day and happy reading.